Birthday party turned violent. Five shot in Racine overnight. This is from CBS 58 Newsroom, originally published August 26, 2022. You can't go one day in the U.S. without a mass shooting. So, five people were shot in Racine overnight. The shooting happened near State and Prospect Streets early Friday, August 26. Police say four men and one woman suffered gunshot wounds, three of which were transported to Milwaukee. The sister of Marshawn Thurman, one of the five victims, shared what her brother witnessed. He was with his friends hanging out. A fight broke out and people started shooting, said Jakeisha Broww, sister of Thurman. Now, some people will say, people will commit crimes and violence in every nation, but people can have fights and disputes, physical fistfights in other countries without it leading to gun violence. Only in the United States, not only in the United States, but too frequently in the United States of America, people are able to solve their disputes, solve their fights with deadly force. That's because we allow guns to proliferate and permeate all throughout society. In other countries where people do not have easier access to guns, yes, they have to resort to other means to kill each other, such as knife crime, as we see in the UK or in other places, but you do not have the ability to harm masses of people like five people with a knife. We hear about way more mass shootings than we hear about mass stabbings. Why? Because it's almost physically impossible to stab up to five people and almost seriously injure them or kill them, right? Meanwhile, if you have a gun as one person, you can cause untold levels of damage, right? And also, some people will say, reading the name Jakeisha Broww, does not matter about their race, but let's say presumably these are black people. Some people will say in the United States, too many black people commit violent crime. Too many Americans commit violent crime. I cover mass shootings on my channel. I cover white people, Hispanic people, black people, all sorts of people committing horrible, heinous atrocities. We need to abolish the Second Amendment because too many Americans are hurting each other, regardless of their race. It happens across racial lines, across ethnic lines, across socioeconomic lines, though disproportionately too many of these stories I cover are of people who are in poverty or living in impoverished areas, supposedly or presumably. But it does not matter where someone is born. It does not matter what circumstance they have or how much money they have in the bank. Every American deserves to live a life of dignity, respect, and safety without the threat of gun violence. Our children should not have to go to school with bulletproof backpacks. Our old people should not have to fear getting their churches shot up. I should be able to shop at a supermarket like Tops and not worry that a white supremacist gunman is going to lay everybody down. And I should also be able to go to the club and be able to party without the threat of a mass shooting happening outside of the club at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. I am filming this video in Africa right now. I am an African American, a black American, but currently I'm backpacking across Africa. I am in a country called Mauritius right now. This is unheard of. In Africa, many Americans will look down on Africa, look down on third world or developing nations and say those places are violent and unsafe. Meanwhile, in the United States of America, five people can get shot at a birthday party and nobody bats an eye. It doesn't become national news. It's not on the front of every newspaper. Close to 500 or more mass shootings have happened in the United States in 2022 alone. That's close to 2 per day as of August 27th when I'm recording this video. Is that acceptable? Is that morally right? No, it is not. As Americans, we should be ashamed. As a country, we should have a moral reckoning to say gun violence needs to stop, and worshiping the Second Amendment is causing more and more pain to all Americans, not just black Americans, not just white Americans, not Hispanic Americans. All Americans are suffering the trauma of suicides, accidental deaths, mass shootings, and intentional homicides, murder-suicides, all of these things that are happening. And I'm only covering mass shootings. I'm not talking about shootings where 2 people got shot or 3 people got shot, which would make my channel almost impossible to support. It's a struggle right now to cover all of the mass shootings where 4 or more people are shot. I'll continue. He was struck twice, once in the arm in reference to her friend. No, he was, all right, I'll start from here. He was with his friend hanging out. A fight broke out and people started shooting, said Jakeisha Broww, sister of Thurman. He was struck twice, once in the arm and in the stomach. He's expected to fully recover and is healing at Froedtert. Thurman said he did not recognize the gunman and the shooting was aimed at random. Racine police said the status of the other victims are unknown and have not confirmed if there are any suspects in custody. The investigation is active and ongoing. Racine police investigators are interested in any additional information that anyone may have about this incident. Call this number. Those who wish to remain anonymous may contact Crime Stoppers by calling this number. All right, so once again, we need to come together as a nation and realize that the Second Amendment is only hurting us. We need to get rid of the gun culture. This does not happen in any other country. For anybody who is pro-gun, or anybody who is going to leave a long, nasty comment attacking me or my ideas, I would like to ask you this. What are your solutions? What are your solutions to the gun problem? Because everybody loves to come in my comments and attack the fact that I think we should abolish the Second Amendment, but they offer no solutions. All they say is platitudes and stuff that they've been told by the right-wing media and the gun manufacturers who lobby the politicians to repeat these lies over and over again. All they say is, it's our God-given right. Jesus wanted me to have a AR-15 or a pistol. It's in the Constitution. All this other bullshit or stupid shit other people say, such as it's better to have it and not need it, and need it than not have it, or it's dangerous out here, so I need a gun to protect myself. All this other stupid shit. Why don't you tell me what the solution is? Because I'm telling you right now, the solution is what every other country in the world does, which is not allow their citizens to have guns, or make it extremely hard for them to access them. My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching. Abolish the Second Amendment.